विघ्नेश्वराय नमः। ॐ भुवनेश्वराय नमः।
Dr. Sangeeta Manu, Sri RANJAN Gurukukkal, ladies, gentlemen, kids, the Kalari aspirants who performed here, a very good evening to all of you. It would have been better if I can see you. I'm not a performer, so I don't mind if I see you. And we people don't like it much exposed also always, normally. When the tough gets going, the going will be tough. You can see two sentences in a prominent training institution of India, which is also one of the toughest institutions in the world also. The one is, if the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I will elaborate it. And the other is, the more you sweat in peace, the less you bleed in war. That is actually literally and practically very applicable to the people who are into war. But as per the security scenario of the generation, I think we all will be very aware of our own security. Why Kalaripayattu? The most ancient martial arts of the world, and the nation, our nation can boast of it, especially the southern India, Kerala, the place of origin of Kalaripayattu. The time we are passing through is a time where the basic necessities of the old era, the roti, kapada and makan, the dress, the food, dress and shelter. The fourth one is security. Everybody needs it. And we all know, as a parent or brother, sister or whatever relation you are keeping with the other, there are instances when we are worried about the coming back of our loved ones. For that, there are a number of ways to make you fit, make you capable of defense yourself, which is self-defense. A number of martial arts are there. I have been gone through from the basic UAC, the unarmed combat, to the Krav Maga, where we don't defend, we kill. And why Kalaripayattu? What is the prominence, the importance of Kalaripayattu among all these martial arts? Do you know one thing? This is a question for you. You have to attack a person. You have to attack a person. There are two persons sitting here. For example, Dr. Sangeeta ma'am and RANJAN Gurukukkal. You have to attack, and you have to escape also freely. Whom will you attack first? Tell me. Sangeeta ma'am, because you can escape freely. See, the person who is alert, the person who is looking alert, will be the last target for any attack. This is my message to the children here. You should be capable of defending yourself, and you should be capable of presenting yourself as confident. If you are confident, if you are aware of the surroundings, and if you are physically fit to avoid and escape from the attack, half of the portion is passed. Then I will come again to the importance of Kalaripayattu. Kalaripayattu is a martial arts where there is a synchronization of body and mind is at the peak. It doesn't matter you have a champion boxer, but a simple silly person can give a slap and escape. There is a portion of yourself which is confidence, which always come with all your knowledge you have. So the Kalaripayattu helps the person who is going through that session to synchronize his body and mind, and he will have a good physique, a healthy mind, and the ability to be aware about his or her surroundings. And I congratulate all the aspirant Kalari students here, and Sri RANJAN Gurukukkal, I wish you all the best. Your Kalari Gurukulam and the students of you, I wish you more laurels to come. Thank you.
Namaste, namaskara, good evening, and greetings to all of you there sitting. And I can now see some of the faces. Earlier I was wondering, how would I have a connect with people in the darkness? But then it's all light now, and I think that is because of Sri Guru RANJAN MULLARATT. And the secret of light is, even if it is not in the main stage, the light is there, isn't it? Won't you agree with me? You don't have to see light, but you see the presence of light. So we don't see Guru RANJAN here, but you know that the light for the evening has been from this source. So I thank Guru RANJAN MULLARATT wholeheartedly, and it's such a joy to see him, to talk to him, and to also see how he guides and teaches his students, which I have had opportunities a couple of times. So first of all, a big thank you for inviting me to be here and witnessing this beautiful performance. And I'm also very honored to be in the presence of a leader like T.K. Murali Krishnan, second in command, Range Headquarters, CRPF, Bangalore. So thank you, sir. Yes, we feel secure. We feel secure with you, people like you, and we feel confident as well with people like you leading this nation, and with your surety which you give us every day. I don't know how much time I can take. Actually, I'm in a mood of speaking for a long time, but I will control myself because it is such a beautiful experience, I should say. And rarely you witness such performances, if I can say performance. But then there's a difference between a performance which is completely choreographed and an expression of yourself when it comes from your heart. Did you notice the power of the eyes of those 20 young warriors who performed? Did you see that power of their glance? Did you? Yes. Did you see the alignment and discipline which came through their body? Right? The straight lines, the curves, they were all perfect. And I was reminded of I mean, I was reminded of many things, but of that, one thing which reminded me again and again, and I was witnessing this performance, was the book by Philip Cirilli, a well-known author, actually who passed away recently in England. He wrote the book, When the Body Becomes Eyes All Over. I don't know if you heard about it. This is about Kalari and how he had spent his time in Kerala studying Kalaripayattu. So he understands Kalari as the body with eyes all over. And that's why I asked you, did you see the power of the eyes of these 20 warriors? So imagine when the body as a whole is perceiving, receiving signals, and being sensitive to the environment. So I guess even today's piece of art, if we can put it that way, in fact conveyed the message that sensitivity is perhaps one of the highest goals of Kalaripayattu, which is also, as in many other Indian traditions. But then I also feel, of course I agree with our honorable guest that the importance of security and confidence. I also feel that being sensitive to the environment, being sensitive to the people around you, the ability to connect with what is immediately around you is very, very important. Because particularly we live in a digital age where human connections is becoming lesser and lesser. We say hello to our parent sitting downstairs by sending a message and sitting in our room in the first floor. So it's possible that we may never meet, them in the day. So everything is controlled by a digital age, which is nothing wrong about it. I'm not an opponent of digital communication. But I think what is important is that we bring in sensitivity. We bring in communication in a humane manner. So what I was feeling when I saw these 20 brilliant artists and warriors is that we can be confident that perhaps our little Bangalore or perhaps our India or the world will be very blessed in the days to come when these children will grow up and lead a lamp of light, spreading the message of confidence and security, of course, but also the message that how important it is to connect to your environment and how important it is to be at the moment. Because today, one of the challenge which parents, teachers find is that the lack of concentration because of the several apps which are loaded in your mobile phone and several messages which is coming to you, and so many distractions in multimedia and television and so on. So the difficulty for children to concentrate because of information flux and information, the overload of information, the lack of concentration which comes. So today's performance by these 20 young people again gives us the message that it is very important that concentration is understood not just as a practice which is just artificially maintained, but which is cultivated lifelong by watching your body, watching your mind, watching your breath, watching your movement, and watching the person who is next near you. You would have seen in some of the configurations, it's very, very important that each one of the individual was so aware of what was around each person. So there were a lot of configurations which required a sensitivity on the outlines of the body of each person. So it's very interesting to see that Kalari, as guided by Guru RANJAN MULLARATT, is also a tool for developing concentration, memory, respect for the other. Because even to make such configurations, you need to respect the other. So these fundamental values you see represented in this performance. So it is not just a piece of performance on a stage, but it is also a representation of our predominant values of respect for the environment, respect for the other, and also building very important tools like concentration, sensitivity, and so on. Well, I can go on like this, but I think I should perhaps conclude. And I'm so happy to see these brilliant students, and I can see more and more of the brilliance of Guru Ranjan Mullarad being showered on these young warriors, and brilliant young warriors in the days to come. And they will be the leaders of our country, and they will be traveling around. And it is so beautiful to imagine a world with these 20 warriors led by Guru Ranjan Mullarad. Thank you so much.